And crypto crashing. China's stepping up on its crackdown on Bitcoin mining as the reality of regulation certainly spooks investors. Jim, I know you were talking about Bitcoin with the Squawk Gang and here during the before we came on the air.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of headwinds now to Bitcoin. Now, Tom DeMark, who's been the best, saying, listen, it's got to hold 30,000. But there's two headwinds. And one is I just think that when the PRC goes after something, they tend to have their way. The People's Republic of China, look, it's not a democracy. It's a dictatorship. But then I keep thinking about the FBI and ransomware and what happened with Colonial. We know Colonial. How many have we not found out? We know that then people must be paying ransomware. So how about if the FBI goes to, say, the IRS and goes to the Justice Department and says, listen, we can't control this. And then they refer to the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve doesn't want Bitcoin. And then they decide, you know what, no more ransomware, just like you're not supposed to pay kidnapping. We're going to use the same application. David, the next thing you know is that instead of thinking that Bitcoin should go up if it's outlawed, right, or if it's made tougher to be mining, Bitcoin goes down as if people are saying, I got a regime.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing when less of something is being mined and the price actually goes down as opposed to up.
It would be the eye over gold. You would say, wow, there's less gold.
Closing down 90% of the gold mines would typically bring the price
How else could it reason it goes going down?
Your argument is that China may be trying to crush it as a use case.
Yes.
Period.
Absolutely. And look, China, President Xi is different. And we all seem to think that we're dealing with the old communist China, which is that if you do something bad, they'll come after you hard. But now they're just asserting their strength everywhere. If they don't like Bitcoin, they go after the town that has hydropower and says, hey, listen, we don't want to do this. It's kind of like Jack Ma, David. Remember when you found Jack Ma? No, yes. David found Jack Ma. But Jack Ma was not
favorite PI?
Yeah,
yes.
I was out there. I was looking high and low.
But David, you did not find him in a castle.
No, he was home.
Right. And humble.
Yes, he has been quiet. Your point is that they did so-called at least crack down, if you want to call it that, or make it clear who was in charge.
That's the point.
And he has been much quieter.
Right, and I think Bitcoin's a direct threat to I think they believe that Bitcoin's a direct threat to the regime because what it is a system that's outside of their control. In our country, I think it's outside of our control when it comes to ransomware. And I doubt that Colonial is the first company to pay ransomware. I think they're the first that almost shut down the East Coast. But I think that it's the Justice Department, the FBI, and the Federal Reserve and Treasury could coalesce and say, okay, guys, if you pay ransomware, we are going to go after you. And so I am struggling for why when you limit mining, it should obviously go up unless there is a worldwide redemption, of which if I hope, then Tether is deeply involved. I know that Kate Rooney did a piece about Tether last week and how it could possibly be the weak link because they are part of what's involving with trading, and they have not really told us what kind of commercial paper backs them, and yet they are one of the largest buyers, and yet I can't find anyone, any desk that does business with them. So I got the Tether weak link. I got what the heck is going on, that this thing's going down if it can't be mined. And I've got the possibility that Colonial isn't the only ransomware. I'm saying that this is not going up because of structural reasons. And I know Tom DeMark feels that this is a great technician. Says 30,000 intraday. Look out. Got to hold. Maybe the buy point. I'm not going there. Sold almost all my Bitcoin. Don't need it.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.